You ever feel that constant kind of low-level hum of anxiety about money? Even when on paper you're doing okay, maybe even really well, you're not alone. We're going to get into a feeling that so many successful people have, but almost never talk about. This compulsion to just hoard cash and the wild paradox of how it can actually make you feel poorer, not richer.
We all have it, right? You know, that magic number. For some of us, it might be 100 grand. For others, it's 1 million. It's that number we whisper to ourselves, the one that's supposed to be the finish line. The point where we can finally relax and just breathe. It's the promise of peace.
And look, through sheer grit, all the late nights, the sacrifice, you get there. You actually hit the goal. You look at your phone, you see the balance, and it's real. The number is right there.
But that feeling you were promised, it's not quite there. The relief, it lasts for maybe a day, and that familiar knot in your stomach, it's back. So what happens next? You just move the goalposts. You set a new magic number even further down the road.
And that's the whole cycle, isn't it? You end up working more, saving more, and somehow worrying more? You're just constantly gathering nuts for a blizzard that you're convinced is right around the corner, even when it's a beautiful sunny day. Man, it is exhausting.
Well, there's a name for this. In Eastern philosophy, it's called the rat personality. And here is the central paradox, the thing that's so tough to wrap your head around. The very behavior you think is making you secure is the exact thing that's robbing you of the feeling of security. To really, truly get why this happens, we have to step away from the spreadsheets for a second. We need to look at a really simple but really powerful fable that's been around for centuries. Okay, so picture this. There's a rat, and he lives in this massive granary just overflowing with rice. I mean, by any measure, this guy is the wealthiest rat in the entire village. But instead of enjoying any of it, he's just consumed by it. He spends every waking moment counting his rice, guarding it, and he's a wreck. He's stressed out, he's getting thin, his fur is falling out. So one day, a wise old ox wanders by and sees this rat just completely frazzled. And the ox is confused, right? He sees mountains of rice, but the rat is acting like he's starving. So he just asks the obvious question. And this response, this is everything. It gets right to the heart of the problem. See, the rat's behavior has nothing to do with his present reality, which is total abundance. It's driven 100% by a future fear, this terrifying what if that has completely hijacked his life. Then the ox points out the tragic irony of the whole situation. He says, look, all your efforts to protect this wealth, they're actually destroying it. Because you keep it so still, the rice at the bottom is literally rotting. And because you've built up this huge, famous pile of rice, the village cat knows exactly where to find you. You've made yourself a target. And here's the line that just hits you. The thing the rat thought was his fortress had actually become his prison. The wealth that was supposed to give him freedom had trapped him in a cage of his own making, a cage built of fear. So let's bring this story into right now. The granary, well, that's your bank account. The rice is your money. And that feeling of being trapped by the very thing that's supposed to set you free, that's a very, very real modern condition. Now, let's be super clear here. Having a safety net is smart. It's wise, it's responsible. But there is a line, a very fine line. It crosses over from a safety net into a spider web, when the fear of touching that money stops you from actually living. It stops you from investing in an experience, from taking a calculated risk, or from just being generous. And this is what we can call the rat trap of our time. It's this mistaken belief that stagnant money just sitting there, equals true safety. But real security, it doesn't come from a pile. The way out of this trap, the antidote, is a huge shift in how you see things. You have to start thinking of your financial life less like a guarded, still pond, and more like a flowing river. A pond can get stagnant and gross, right? But a river is alive. It's powerful, and it's always renewing itself. So what do we actually do? How do we escape? It really boils down to 3 big mental shifts. First, you have to reframe your own skill. Your superpower isn't hoarding, it's vigilance. It's the ability to be smart, to see opportunities to work hard. That's what got you the money in the first place. Trust that skill, not just the pile it created. Second, you got to embrace that river metaphor. See your money as something that needs to flow, in and out, to be healthy. And third, and this is maybe the most important, redefine what wealth even means. Real wealth isn't the pile of rice you have stored away. It's the deep down confidence that you know how to find more rice no matter what happens.
So tonight, or whenever you do your finances, take a look at that number in your account, but try to see it through this new lens.
And ask yourself one really honest question. Am I owning my money, or is my fear of losing it owning me? Are you in control, using your resources to build a life you actually want to live? Or has the fear of that number going down become the boss of you? Your answer to that question might just be the key to finally getting rid of that knot in your stomach for good.